What's everybody, Jabari Jones here, Sports with Jones, continuing on with the series. Today we're talking about the top 5 small forwards of all time. I got a little mixed up there, the top 5 small forwards of all time. You know what? I did the first 2 videos. Like the response. I like the feedback. Let's keep it going. Let's jump right into it. Right into today's topic. Top 5 small forwards of all time. First of all, I'm gonna hit you with the honorable mentions. Honorable mentions. First honorable mention, Grant Hill. Grant Hill was a hooper. He was an all-around player. His career was cut short due to injuries. He kept playing through it, but he wasn't as effective. So I had to drop him to the honorable mention, but I loved him. Second honorable mention, my dude Paul Pierce, the truth. I love Paul Pierce. I loved him. He's the truth. He hits big shot after big shot, game after game, in the playoffs, year after year. He's still grinding. He's still on the court. Right now he's playing for the Wizards. They still in the playoffs thanks to his big money shots he's been hitting all his career. But I couldn't put him in my top 5, just because he didn't have. He's got stats, but he just doesn't have that total package, the explosiveness that some of the other guys have. Third honorable mention, James Worthy. James Worthy, known for running the court with magic. I couldn't put him into my top 5 because I felt like he just couldn't do it by himself. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't take over a game, by himself. He needed magic. He needed Kareem and all those other ones, to get his break started. He was a finisher at the rim, and he was one of the best to ever do it. The next honorable mention guy, Dominique Wilkins. Dominique Wilkins, the power dunker, the power finisher. A lot of his accomplishments got overshadowed because of Pippen and Jordan and some of the other greats playing in his time, but Dominique was a baller. He's definitely top 10. He's top 10. If I was doing the top 10, all these guys would be in there, but since I'm doing the top 5, Dominique also drops to the honorable mention category. Another honorable mention, Rick Barry. Rick Barry was a hooper. He was a sweet, sharp shooter. Can't say enough about him. He was NBA champion, finals MVP. He did it all. I just couldn't put him in my top 5 over these guys. Let's start out with the real. Drum roll, please. The real. Number 5 small forward of all time, John Havlicek. Played in 62. Played from 62 to 77 with the Celtics. Everybody knows who he is. Everybody knows where he played, who he played with. 28 points a game, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 1.2 steals, third of a block, NBA rookie teams, 13-time NBA All-Stars. How many championships did that man win with the Celtics? 8. Finals MVP. He's in the Hall of Fame. I mean, he just did it all. I mean, he was a good shooter. He played, those classic Celtics teams, man. They were fundamentally sound. But most of all, John Havlicek, he knew how to win. And that was a staple of them Celtics teams. They knew how to win. They knew when to turn it on, when to turn it off. John Havlicek, my number 5 on my top 5 small forward list. Number 4 goes to none other than my dog, my ace, the right-hand man of Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, number 33. Played from 87 to 2004. That was his whole career. He's most known for running with Jordan on those amazing Bulls runs when they won, what? 6? They three-peated twice, him and Jordan. He's in the Hall of Fame. He was an NBA All-Star, first team All-NBA, first team defense, all kind of stuff. 6-time champion. Yeah, he's first ballot Hall of Famer. He was the number 4 small forward on my list. Scottie Pippen, number 33. Shout out to you, Scottie. Keep doing your thing. I love your shoes, by the way. Alright, number 3. Moving on. Julius Erving, aka the Doctor. Dr. J. Played from 76 to 87. Played a little bit in the ABA. Then transitioned over to the NBA. 22 points a game, 6.7 rebounds, 3.9 assists, 1.7 steals, 1.5 blocks. He filled up the stat sheet every night. Triple doubles, double doubles. You couldn't stop him. This man was long. I mean, his finger roll was sick. His hands were bigger than my whole body. He could palm the ball. He be doing all this rolling around and grabbing it and then just dunking on people. I'm like, man, that dude was cold. He was cold, man. It's hard to beat a guy like that. He had the height, he had strength. He was the original. To me, he was the original athlete. Out of the ones, I saw, when I first saw this dude, he was like, wow, this dude, he's big, he's running, he's jumping, he's finger rolling all over. He's making everybody else look small out there. Anyway, he was a 9-time NBA All-Star, 2-time NBA All-Star MVP, NBA championship in '83, Hall of Famer, man, regular season MVP. This dude had it. He had it. Dr. J. Julius Erving, one of the best to ever do it. Don't let anybody tell you different. Number 2 on my list, this is a little controversial. And, I'm not a big fan of his, but he's still number 2 on my list. And that's none other than LeBron James, aka King James. Everybody know LeBron. He's been in the league since 2003. Played with the Cavs at first, went to the Heat, won a couple rings. Now he's back on the Cavs. He was Rookie of the Year, All NBA every year, NBA scoring champion, NBA MVP, 5-time All Defensive, 2-time Finals MVP. LeBron, at some point, it ain't at some point, I'm giving him his props now. He's a baller. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. I don't care what he wants to do. If he wants to shoot the J, he's shooting threes, he's shooting jumpers. And if he wants to take it to the hole, he's taking it to the hole. He kind of reminds you of Dr. Dre, just in a this millennium version. You know what I'm saying? This is 40 years later. This is the new Dr. J. This is what it reminds you of. I don't have a lot of knocks on LeBron. I just don't like his late game decision. And I don't like the way he decided to jump ship and go to the Heat and then jump ship and go back. That's my only hang up with LeBron. He's a baller. He on the court, can't tell him nothing. He's the man. But off the court, I don't know what he's thinking sometimes. I mean, some of these players just seem like they too coddled to me. So, and he's one of the biggest ones. And that's why I put this man at number 1. Y'all all know who he is. The boy, Larry Bird, aka Larry Bird. This man did it all. He was the best small forward of all time, period. I don't care what kind of stats you want to throw up. People say, well, LeBron is just get in there and dunk on him. I'm like, I don't know. I seen LeBron get, handled by a couple dudes that he didn't dunk on. I've seen him, get held to 20 points. He didn't dunk on them. There's some dudes in the NBA right now that can do a pretty decent job on LeBron. And it was some dudes back then that could do a decent job on Larry Bird. But the thing about it is, Larry Bird was smart. He knew the game. He knew how to win. He knew how to take over. And Larry Bird was more proficient in the jump shot. And people underestimate the jump shot. They want to look, oh, he's dunking. He's got hops. He can do this. He can do that. Well, that's all fine in the preseason and regular season. But when you get to the playoffs and you get to the conference finals and the NBA finals, somebody's got to be able to stick a 15-footer. Somebody's got to be able to hit a three-point shooter. And that's where LeBron struggles, and that's where Larry Bird excels, because Larry Bird is a shooter. He's a post you up, turn around shot. Why is that important? Because at the end of the day, it takes way less energy to pull up and shoot than it does to drive to the hole, get smacked, injured, all of a sudden your finger broke and your neck snapped. It takes a whole lot less energy, and it's a whole lot more proficient to turn around and shoot a jumper than it is to take it to the hole. Larry Bird, 24.3 points per game, 10 rebounds. He's averaging a double-double for his career. 6.3 assists, 1.7 steals, 0.8 blocks. NBA All-Star 12 times, All-Star Game MVP. He's got 3 rings, 2 Finals MVP. He's in the Hall of Fame. I mean, he just has the total package, especially for a tight game. That's what legends are made in the playoffs. In the playoffs, it's all about shooting jumpers, breaking down defenses, and stuff like that. In the playoffs, all you're gonna see is pick and rolls. You're gonna see a dude come off a pick, he's gonna kick it to another guy. That guy takes a shot. Whether he makes or misses that shot determines the winner of the game. And that's what it's all about. Now, if you got somebody out there that can shoot it, you good. If you got somebody out there that can shoot the lights out, you good. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, my top 5 small forwards of all time. Number 5, John Havlicek. Number 4, Scottie Pippen. Number 3, Dr. J. Number 2, LeBron James. Number 1, Larry Bird. I got it off my chest. I feel a whole lot better now. That is my top 5 small forwards. Stay tuned. I'm going to bring you the top 5 power forwards, the top 5 centers. I appreciate all y'all for watching. Everybody hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel. Hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up on Twitter at Sports with Jones. On Twitter at Sports with Jones. On Facebook, Sports with Jones. On Instagram, you know, I'll be on there snapshotting and whatever. So everybody hit me up. Leave me some comments in the comment section. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Check out all my other pages. Check out all my other videos. Stay tuned. Sports with Jones signing off.